Ik ben veel naar de kerk gegaan en lange nachten kon ik niet slapen denkend aan dit prachtige ding, deze hulpeloze baby in me, die bijna volgroeid was. Ik bleef maar denken, stel je voor dat het een jongen is. Nee, dan kon ik helemaal niet weggeven. Ik dacht dat het in geval een meisje misschien iets makkelijker zou zijn. Soms ben ik mijn tranen niet bedwingen. Niemand kon me helpen. Ik moest de beslissing helemaal zelf nemen. Meer en meer wist ik dat ik geen afstand van mijn eigen baby kon doen en langzamerhand wist ik het zeker. De toekomst leek zo zinloos. Waarom reizen? Het leven is zo leeg als je niemand hebt om voor te leven. U weet dat ik helemaal niet een uitgangstype ben en op feestjes verveel ik mijn ongeluk. Alcohol interesseert me, geen biet. En ik walg van dronken mensen. Ja, ik was er zeker van dat ik het aan zou kunnen om mijn baby groot te brengen, al was ik dan ongetrouwd. Dit alles moet u wel reuze schokken. Ik realiseer me dat zeer goed, maar ik hoop dat u begrijpt dat ik u niet nog een zorg erbij wilde geven en dat ik daarom zo lang gewacht heb met u te schrijven.
Wow. Did going to church give you solace? Did you really go, or did the nuns make you go?
No. I suppose it was something to do. I don't remember that I went to church a lot. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Were you very conflicted with what to do? What were the considerations?
Yeah, financial.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for a job?
Yeah.
How are you going to get the baby looked after?
Yeah.
That sort of thing, you know. It's,
yeah. Can you remember why you placed an emphasis on the baby possibly being a boy? Was that important to your parents?
No, it was important to me. I had 10 brothers. I would not know how to bring up a girl.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah, yeah. Because you were a bit of a tomboy.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought, what am I going to do with a girl? I don't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer to have a boy.
Yeah.
Only reason.
Only reason.
Did you help raise your brothers?
No, but I spent all my time with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, we always had staff. I'm so grateful because I'm not really a baby and little one person.
Mm-hmm.
My mother never ever made me look after the children.
Okay. Yeah.
But you often hear that in big families that the oldest girl, has to look after the children, but I never had to do that.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I was so lucky. Yeah.
10 boys. Whoa. You just understood boys better because you had
I
so many brothers.
Yeah.
You mentioned you cried a lot. When did those emotions come up for you? What were the emotions that were making you upset
That's part of pregnancy. You become just more emotional. Yeah, that is a natural thing.
Yeah. That
is not something especially, and then after again, of course, you are still very, very emotional. It's. Yeah.
You wrote, no one could help you. You write, so did you feel alone during this period?
Yeah. I was a bit busy planning, wasn't I? Yeah, to make it all happen. I don't think... Well, of course it is. I must have felt lonely. I must have felt, it would have been nice to have someone to talk to, but Marcel and Ben were there, of course. That couple I talked to you earlier about.
Yeah.
But they had no children themselves.
Yeah.
So they could not... They helped me, but they couldn't really...
They didn't know
realize what it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you seem to have pushed fear and self-pity aside. You took charge. Can you tell us about that thought process of taking charge? How does that...
Yeah, that was a relief, of course. Then you suddenly think, yes, now I can go ahead and plan and do what I wanted to do. So I don't know if I write about that later in the letter, but for 2 weeks I left Paul with the nuns.
Yes.
And I hopped on my Honda to find somewhere to live first and to organize that I could go back to the restaurant I used to work in before I went to Threadbow.
Yeah.
So, but to find a house, of course, is a little bit, it took me 2 weeks.
It would have felt like a long time.
Well, you know.
Or was that quick for you? Or?
Yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
Yes, I just felt a little bit guilty that Paul had to stay behind there. But what can you do?
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you can't put a baby, just
Yeah.
born baby, on the back of the Honda.
Yeah, of course. You write life is so incredibly empty if you have no one to live for. Was that a statement or a question, do you think? And what do you think of those words now?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
This, yes.
Paul's brought you a lot of life.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. You had no interest in partying, as we say these days. Can you explain why?
Mainly because I'm an early to bed goer and an early riser.
Yep.
And going to parties, you had to stay up late.
Yep.
You had to, and I just never ever liked it. I never liked it because you had to stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning and then go home. And I always thought the best part of going to a party is coming home and go to bed.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
And and as I wrote, I don't like drinking. So, many people drink and they at a party, and then it may be more interesting. But
but you don't like.
I never liked it.
Yeah. Can you remember why, or you just didn't?
The swimming club organized sometimes parties, and.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in the boys that were there. So.
Yeah. Here you mentioned that you could cope with raising your baby even though you weren't married. Did you ever talk to the father about any of that while at the home?
No, not then. But I did tell him.
Yeah.
And one day he did come and see Paul. And of course I've got a picture of that too.
Oh, wow.
But he never came back again.
Okay. Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But
No.
never came back.
How was your confidence when you decided to keep the baby? Were you constantly confident with this idea?
I can't remember how confident I was.
Yeah.
Once I had the house and the job, and I met this lady that was a student, and she moved in with me. I had 2 bedrooms.
Yep.
No, it had 2 rooms actually. I slept in this sitting room, and she had the bedroom. And she always made sure she was home by 6 when I went to work.
Okay.
So that worked beautifully.
Yeah.
And I always made sure that Paul was already ready to go to bed, so she didn't have any real looking after to do.
Yeah.
All she had to do was stay home. And I usually got home by 11, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So from 6 till 11.
That's so lucky. That's so nice.
Yes.
Worked out that
Yeah.
way. What was going on at home in Leiden that made you not want to add another worry or concern and wait to write?
When you have 11 children,
Yeah.
everything happens to them. And this was just one other thing that happened to the family. My second brother, he went to 20 high schools before he graduated from high school. He was so much trouble. Yeah. These babies have illnesses. There is so much going on in a big family like that. Just having a baby and a daughter, I don't think they worried a lot. At least not that I am aware of.
Yeah.
Maybe they did, in that they never told me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they knew that I was quite competent.
Yeah.
And but of course, after after 2 years, I did go back because it is too difficult all on your own with a child.
Yeah.
So I went back, and of course my parents have a huge big home, and you just fit it in.
Yeah. And
So
they were happy seeing Paul.
yes,
Yeah.
oh yes, oh yes. They were very happy to see Paul. He was a cute little baby. You must have seen pictures.
Oh yeah, I've seen the photo albums. Yeah.
You're so far away. I wanna see your face. The way that your lips go, like nobody else knows. I need you here. The room seems to fade away, and people seem to disappear. When I think of you, and God knows I'm always thinking of you. Nobody's eyes should have seen what your eyes have seen. I should have felt all the pain and all of the sadness from all of those years. But now I'm on the outside.